everyone, and back here on MPCOM Vlog, where we're testing out the latest and greatest home studio equipment for you guys, giving some pros and cons about home studio material, all our experience of more than 300 productions on songs, instrumental songs, whatever, recorded in our studio, also externally in external professional studio guys. So today we're talking about, mics and mic reviews we've had before. So what I have here for you guys, and I read also some test reviews about mics. MicReviews.com, for example, is a great site. You can have the latest reviews from microphone, condenser mics, and also dynamic mics, guys. So what we're testing out now is the Behringer C-1. That's the entry-level studio condenser mic from Behringer, and this is also rewarded or awarded of one of the top 10 mics below $200 guys. So that was an argument for us also testing this out here at the MPCOM home studio, if that's really a good gadget for recordings and also maybe just voiceovers or vocal studios. So what can I tell you about this? It's a standard mic, from the frequency range, from the size and build, XLR plug, coming with an adapter. So we shortly definitely look inside here, what's included inside the box. And of course on part number 2, I will plug it in for you guys, and we're going to test out how good this microphone definitely is compared also to others. So number 1, this comes in a plastic box. A higher priced mic and condenser mic guys have some portable stuff like this. So here you have at least a transportable box. So this is pretty nice whenever you're traveling around or switch to another studio guys. And now let's unpack here the Behringer C-1 mic, condenser mic. Here there's a little guide as usual, no cable included. So that's how it comes guys. The C-1 condenser studio mic, and that's actually polar pattern designed as the most and standard condenser mic. So here you have the XLR plug, and here you see the adapter for your mic stand. That's important. So this is all metallic guys, nice build. Maybe I make shortly, hold on for that, some more light over here. C1 is the entry level, polar pattern, and this is important. So this is really for vocal on the front, not from the side or from the back, because then you have other options also from Behringer. So there's a C3 version, plus $20 more, where you have a dual capsule inside, 1-inch capsule. This is also standard 1-inch capsule inside. Yes, so this looks very solid, and I'm really excited guys how that will sound with my vocal. Even I have a more low frequency vocal from my standard voice, and also in song recordings when I'm singing. So I'll be very, very, very excited about this. So here the plug, you can put this away, installing that on your mic stand. So that's also metallic adapter here, and look at this, very solid. So overall it looks really nice here, so nothing to say about this. And yeah, important always guys, if you're working or looking for the right studio condenser mic for your recordings, is the frequency range. There are some differences on the frequency curve actually, because frequency range normally is everywhere the same. So you have more options on frequencies that you ever can hear with your ears. But important is the frequency curve. Some have some lower, starting at higher, lower values, and some, as the SC mic, give some more push, some more air, brightness, clarity on about 6K kilohertz or 10 kilohertz. So that's the mic signal actually that is more present. So that's more or less the differences you have. So that's the C1 mic from Behringer, and you also have here an adapter for the mic stand for both US and Europe standards. Yes, so that was it already, guys. We don't make it too long here. Looks very nice. I can't wait testing this out, guys. Plugging that on my XLR and giving you then some feedback how it really sounds. And now maybe one important info, guys, about pricing, because that's a good question, guys. Is it really possible with a Behringer C1, which costs on the market, you know, it's, what is it, I guess $40-45 US, guys. Is it really possible making great recordings with this microphone? As we had other reviews, the Audio Technica AT2020 is really our recommendation as an entry-level mic, starting but then about $100 US, but this is a standard, also polar pattern 1-inch capsule studio condenser mic. We're recommending for home studio recordings whenever you don't have a big budget. So this will be the next we're going to test out and recommend then for people having not that huge budget for microphones. And number 3 is the SE X1S. We were testing out, costs around $150 US, guys, which is an excellent mic for making great records at home. Absolutely more than enough from a quality point of view, and also great discovery, the SC Electronics X1S. Also here we have separate reviews, go that for YouTube and check it out. So that was it. Any questions? Feel free to drop me an email here on YouTube. C1 from Behringer, and maybe another information for you guys. As I told you, C1 is the entry level. You have the C3 with the dual capsule, and then the next level comes from Behringer is the B1. There's also another mic, B1, which is then more or less about, what is the price? Yeah, about $85 to $90 US. But the funny thing, you know, the entry level mic here has great reviews, and I also checked it out for the B1, and which is in higher price at 100. So at 100 US, I guess you have other mics, other product lines which are more competitive than the Behringer B1. But of course, feel free to test it out, guys. So that was it now, Behringer C1. Hope to see you in part number 2, where we're testing out this mic definitely for you guys. Thanks for that, and hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye. Yeah, guys, so we are back here with the C1. So whenever the C1, guys, is connected properly, you can see this also when this red LED is popping up here. So you can check that shortly if that everything is fine and plugged in well, guys. Let me shortly just install this, guys, for you, and then we might have a recording session here on my DAW. To be honest, to make it a bit shorter now, the review, I already recorded each one track with the Evo mic SR1 coming as the next, and the C1 over here. So whenever I need to get some feedbacks about the recording quality, guys, and you can see it over here, and I tested this already out here in my DAW. Yes, now I can adjust the level meters here. So you cannot hear it, but I will hear it definitely here on the headphones. So that's working pretty well. Of course, you can check the angle here, the response of the mic with a smaller distance. So the C1 definitely makes a great job for vocals. And also, if you're singing some melody, touch me, how can it be? You know, that was just a short example. Of course, I have to check I'm not clipping here the signal, so I'm not giving too much gain, guys. Yes, so that's working out pretty well with the C1, even voiceovers, but also vocal recordings. And yeah, I give you one information, you know, and there might be some differences also from
two important things when you're recording on mics. On the one hand side, you should have a proper signal, so no noise, ambient noise inside, and Behringer C-1 here works pretty well. I just have, you know, a 2 or 3 meter cable, so XLR. That's rather short. Should be great of quality then too. If you have or run symmetric cables, guys, you shouldn't have the same quality even you have a longer length. Okay, C1, yeah, doing a great job. So it's polar pattern, mainly for one vocal in the front, not on the back. Doesn't have a dual capsule, 1 inch as all standard condenser mics, guys. I mean, from the quality and build, looks also solid, looks like a studio mic. Of course, there are differences to the others, but doing this very nice. Yeah, so ambient noise was once, also C1, doing here a great job, not too much ambient noise. And more important, comparing this with other mics, you don't have the same level, you know, the same level of signal. So maybe here the C1 has some lower gains compared to all others, but that's something you can fix in a mix at the end, you know, giving more gain, and that's not a huge problem. From the sound, comparing this maybe to the SL1 from Evo and also SC Electronic X1S, maybe this is boosting a bit more in the low noise range and also mid range. That's what I'm hearing on headphones comparing the two tracks. And maybe on the high frequency, not that brightness and clarity like the others, guys. That's also something you can always fix in a mix, adjusting all, you know, the frequencies. So that's also not a killer criteria. So it's always hard. For example, you can use a parametric EQ, or where you can switch all frequencies here, and as you most probably know, you should always deduct the frequencies and not give some more push on frequencies. That's the general rule, most important rule on equalizing. You can also use here a parametric equalizer where you can, you know, use a low shelf or a high pass filter, whatever. So you have several options fixing the signal of your mic. So generally, of course, it's important to have a great mic for recording. Hasn't been the most expensive one, guys. I also would not take the cheapest one, but C1, I mean, for this price, if you're just doing podcasting, some little recordings, or at home as a second studio, absolutely more than enough, and that's quite amazing. Whenever you want to go for semi-professional records, guys, maybe then it's important to use another mic or invest at least $100 more for the SC Electronics mic and the Audio-Technica AT2020, what we also tested in a separate reviews. Then you have a great solution, definitely. It's more than enough to do CD quality recording, guys. Well, so I'm gonna plot this off now, guys. I hope this was worthwhile again for you. Testing out here also different mic solutions. Now we already had a lot with the Behringer, the Audio-Technica, SC Electronics 2200 and X1S, guys. I hope this information is great for you, give you some value, doing your decision in your home studio, working on great material. So that was it now. I think we're finished. Now we did a lot, guys, again this week. Evo recording bundle, new ID4, Behringer C1, and also the new recording set from Evo. That's quite a lot we did. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Keep safe. Hopefully see you next time in another review. So this was an extended but hopefully very useful and worthwhile review. Hopefully see you next time to another review here at MPCOM. Check out our YouTube channel with all other stuff where we're testing out monitors, interfaces, microphones, everything else, guys. So you can still hear I have a little cold. It's actually spring, but cold wind outside. Maybe I need a coffee or a tea here and finish this. See you hopefully next time, guys. Bye bye. Have a good time.